Did you know that it's been 20 years since the Lions have beaten the Ravens? Okay, it's only been 5 meetings since then, but still, do the Ravens make it 6 this week? Oh, and Detroit's most recent win in Baltimore was in Week 13 of 1977. Let's wrap up Week 3. This is the Numbers Game. I'm Cynthia Frelund, and let's solve for Monday Night Football. Let's get right into this awesome matchup in Baltimore. The Ravens are 5-point favorites, and the total is 51.5 points. Don't let this Calvin Johnson jersey fool you. I'm still a reliable narrator on this because I just take my heart right out and then I put it right back in when the game starts. So let's do this by position groups, starting with the offensive line. The Lions have a new interior of their offensive line. The combination this season is between Christian Mahogany, Graham Glasgow, and Tate Ratledge. This follows the departures of center Frank Ragnow, Hall of Famer, and right guard Kevin Zeiler. Oh, wait, no, that's my heart. I'll put it back at heart over there. There we go. They started wobbly against the Packers, and then they righted the ship against the Bears. 8 pressures, 2.5 sacks allowed in Week 1, and just 2 total pressures allowed in Week 2. It's worth noting that they haven't used any 6 offensive lineman alignments yet, and they're tracking at a lower rate of using 12 as well, so fewer heavy sets. Ravens defensive tackle Nnamdi Madubuike has generated 9 pressures, which is second most at his position, and he's tied for the team lead as well. Of his 9 pressures, 7 have come when lined up on the interior. Ravens left tackle Ronnie Stanley has allowed an 11% pressure rate, and right tackle Roger Rosengarten has allowed just a 7.3% pressure rate. Both could see Lions edge. Aiden Hutchinson, he splits his time almost 50-50, and he's generated a team-leading 9 pressures, including 3 quick pressures with a 0.89 second get-off time, which is just a tiny bit slower than before his injury. It was like 0.85 before, now it's 0.89. Run game notes are next, and Jahmyr Gibbs has averaged 1 yard before contact on rushes up the middle. That is a downtick from his league-high mark last season, which was 2.4 yards. And by the way, that was the second most of any running back since 2018, so we knew that number was likely to come down, but perhaps it's come down further than we thought. Now, Baltimore's linebacker Roquan Smith has recorded the second most tackles in the league this season by traveling efficiently when executing meeting the ball carrier, meaning he's converted on 95% of his initial tackle opportunities, the highest mark in his career by 9 percentage points. They are not getting away from him. He's tackling you, ain't nothing else happening after that. Derrick Henry is tied for the 3rd highest explosive run rate among running backs this season. He's actually at 5 of them, and all of them came in Week 1 against the Bills. Detroit has been good at limiting explosive runs from running backs, allowing just 9% to the position. That's 7th lowest in the league. Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone are tied for 10th among all linebackers with 6 run stops apiece. So remember, the run stop is a tackle resulting in an unsuccessful play for the offense. So not getting 4 yards on first down, half the distance on second, converting on third. You get what I'm talking about. Moving on to receiving stats to know. Amon-Ra St. Brown has 2 touchdown receptions on short passes, so 0 to 9 air yard ones, and he led all pass catchers in this metric last season. He had 7 of them. He's tracking very well in this metric again. In Week 2, he led all receivers with 90 receiving yards on intermediate throws, and last season he had the 5th most such yards with 556. So it seems like the short pass, yak, that type of situation is yet again going to be the strategy for the Lions with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, Marlon Humphrey, he's been aligned in the slot a bit more this season, 52% of the time, and he's been targeted 7 times when there, and he's allowed 4 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown so far to receivers aligned in the slot. Through 2 games, Zay Flowers has the most yards per route, 4.4, and the second highest target rate, 41%, among all receivers who have at least run 20 routes. Last season, his yards run per route were 2.5, which was 13th highest among all receivers. Last season, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch both finished in the top 10 among all safeties in passer rating allowed in coverage, and Joseph, who led the league with 9 interceptions last season, already has 1 interception this season while allowing just 12 yards on 2 receptions. And then, of course, we have the quarterbacks. Fun fact, Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson have each thrown 6 touchdown passes this season, which ties them for the most in the NFL. And this will be the second time since 1970 that 2 quarterbacks, and only 2 quarterbacks, enter the week tied for the NFL lead in passing touchdowns and will start against each other. Jared Goff has targeted receivers out of the backfield on about a quarter of his pass attempts this season, fourth highest mark among quarterbacks. And it's higher than any of the other 3 seasons when Ben Johnson was his offensive coordinator. So perhaps this is one change under Johnny Morton. He has, however, completed all 17 of such pass attempts, and he averages 3.5 yards per attempt. So the tricks are working, but are they getting first downs? Will they continue to get first downs? Lamar Jackson has averaged 10 air yards per attempt, the highest mark of his career, and he's targeted receivers downfield at the third highest rate in the NFL this season, nearly 40%. He's also thrown the most such touchdowns with 5 already, which is wild. Bottom line, I have Baltimore winning 28-24. It's all about Detroit allowing big passing plays on defense, especially because they're potentially down a pass rusher in Marcus Davenport, who does not look like he'll be able to go. Lamar Jackson has a 1.19 expected point added per downfield pass average this season, second best. And of course, Detroit has allowed the 6th most yards per downfield pass this season, 12.3, and the 6th most EPA per downfield pass this season at 0.8. So it is a bad matchup there. To round this out, let's do good for 6. 6 menu notes my model has occurring in over 50% of simulations. Of course, they're always in order of bland to spicy. Number 1, a Derrick Henry touchdown. Just slide that in and move on to the next one. Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs to have more than 20.5 receiving yards. Gibbs is the primary target from the backfield. He's been targeted 12 times, caught all 12 of them. Maybe it's just for 37 yards, but still. This is something he's done since coming into the league in 2023. 126 targets, 772 yards. Both of those ranked top 5 over that time frame. Number 3, Zay Flowers to have more than 65.5 receiving yards. I have 80 forecasts for him. Do you remember what I said above about those deep passes and Lamar Jackson? Well, they're going to go to Zay Flowers. Number 4, Sam Laporta to have more than 41.5 receiving yards. I have him with 60. Number 5, a DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. He may not play a ton of snaps, but he's super efficient and he is the red zone target. This matches up very well for the Ravens for a weakness in the Lions. And number 6, a Jameson Williams touchdown. He is certainly fast, and with a lot of attention being thrown to Amon-Ra St. Brown, it could be a good plan. We've seen it happen before, and I forecast the Lions to be playing from behind. So these two things, the confluence of both, mean a trip to the end zone for Jameson Williams. Let me know how you liked this Monday Night Football breakdown and how you liked the whole cadence of the week. Did you like having Thursday, Sunday, Monday? Should we do big games? What do you think? Thank you so much for hanging out, and remember to follow, like, subscribe, download the pod version, and of course, go to the website, NumbersGame, NUMBERSGA.me. You can get all player projections there. Every Wednesday, they're updated. Thanks so much for hanging out. Enjoy Monday Night Football. I'm going to put my heart back in right now, and I'm going to go be a fan.